Welcome back. On this Friday, we say hello to our friend Mike Eppel standing by. How are you?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Friday.
It's Friday. But I say it's Friday. Listen, not everyone's cheering about the province's reopening plan when it comes to the economics, when it comes to what's happening in hospitals. But of course, you're following the business side. So what is some of the reaction you are seeing?
It's one of these great. Okay, another week of shutdowns for restaurants and a lot of businesses that have been desperately looking to reopen, and then you're at 50% capacity, and some are saying at 50%. Can't make a go of things, without ongoing government assistance. So it's basically just the spinning wheel here, Melanie, that really doesn't satisfy anyone. It's going to take more government cash to keep businesses afloat, and the argument, for the premier to, talk about, to pivot in an election campaign commentary about, well, the previous government did this, that, and the other thing to the healthcare system. Should that money have been better spent boosting the healthcare system to keep, the system working and businesses to stay open? I mean, it just goes, again, it's this circular argument that we just continue to see frustration. Some businesses are just saying, no, not going to reopen next Friday, because they're also seeing labor shortages, wage pressures, you name it, and the problems persist here for Ontario's economy. So it's going to be really interesting, actually. I think next week we've got a decision on interest rates, and when you've still got Quebec and Ontario, the two largest provinces, economically speaking, faced with some pretty serious restrictions, economically speaking, does the Bank of Canada raise interest rates under this circumstance? It's going to be an interesting, it's been a very challenging start, to say the least, for 2022.
No doubt. Okay, let's get to the pumps now. You're going to notice a big jump, but this is not even a record. No,
I did look it up after we spoke yesterday. It's $1.49.9 was the record that we set on November 4th of last year. $1.48 or very close to it is where we are this morning. The issue is, where does it go from here? Roger McKnight at Enpro, our gas price watcher, says we probably haven't seen the worst of rising gas prices. You're going to see another carbon tax increase come on April the 1st. The oil supply right now is still pointing to, globally, energy prices going up. And he's talking about maybe $1.80, $1.90 by the summertime. Yikes. When we typically see the highest price and highest demand for gas. And look, this comes back to, politics to some extent, because, you look in the U.S., they're paying high prices for gas and inflation at 7%, and here it's at 5%. U.S. President Joe Biden's approval rating is, after his first year, is at 43%. That's not good. So from you've got all sorts of political and economic tie-ins here related to the price we pay for pretty much everything.
Talking about the price we pay for everything, just this week, Netflix prices, that was announced, that went up like everything else. You're following the stock prices here when it comes to Netflix. You call it a Netflix nosedive, I see.
It's down 20% in trading this morning. A drop of $103, just above $400 per share. At its peak, Netflix was at $700. So we're looking, quick guess here, that's more than 35% below its all-time record high. Netflix saw more subscribers. Okay, that's fine. But like you said, they're raising prices. So they are talking about a slowdown in subscriber growth. And they're actually saying that, after the years of people staying indoors, hopefully we get out of that over the course of the next several months. And they're seeing a slowdown and competition. Let's face it. There's Apple, there's Disney, there's the Peacock network in the U.S., Roku and YouTube and everything else, right? So their production costs, that's another big thing. Netflix spends something like $8 billion a year on in-house production. Sure, they get a lot of eyeballs from that and big attention, but those costs are going up as well. And this is just all part of the reset we've seen, Melanie, in the tech sector so far for this year. The NASDAQ is down over 10%. That's the tech bellwether index on Wall Street. As interest rates are, that's the big concern in the tech space right now. And I think we're on pace right now for the worst week for the market since October of 2020. And it's only been a 4-day work week for the U.S., for goodness sakes.
Right.
So when you talk, it's 2022. It's been awesome.
It was supposed to be a good year. Well, there's still a lot of year
How'd
to
that
go,
work
Mike.
out?
Okay.
That is true.
Okay. We
That
have
is true.
a ways
We'll
to go.
take the optimistic. We'll take optimistic trend. Can only get better from here.
There you go, Mike. Have yourself a good weekend.
Thank you.
Take care.